Hasan's life just imploded in the most humiliating way. Yo, what is this? Oh my gosh, man. Let's jump right into it. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So it's been a
Jesus
very rough
Christ,
couple of
man.
days for our favorite champagne socialist, Hasan Piker. Whether it's on social media or even in the mainstream media, he is getting absolutely pounded from every direction.
Hey,
now we know
yo.
when it comes to Hasan, the thing he wants more than anything in life is to be taken seriously as a political pundit. Now he's gotten his wish, but not the way that he expected. With his involvement in the Senate race for Michigan,
Here we go.
he's been used as a black eye on anyone connected to him, including the Democratic candidate for this race, who is now being pushed to denounce Hasan given all of Hasan's heinous comments over the years. And during all this, another absolute banger drop from
Holy
Hasan
shit.
Piker. A clip from years ago has resurfaced where he is talking about destroying the white race. Now, in protest of that, to counter the very clear words that he said years ago, he says he is now white. Yes, Schrodinger's Turk strikes again, ladies and gentlemen. And with all the negative coverage he's getting, Hasan rallied the troop, all of his sycophantic cult members, to go and combat the narratives of the mainstream media, who is evil and doing everything to make him look bad with out of context quotes.
Yo, it's the same old, same old. When any person would say something bad or makes a narrative of, like, it basically, like, they're putting up the facts that what Hasan says over the years of him streaming and say one of the most stupidest shit ever that nobody wants to ever associate with him, because like sometimes, like, every time he says some stupid shit, like, it's one of the most heinous shits ever. Like, holy shit. And you know, like, especially with his fan base, or especially his you know, like, one of his, you know, like, community, psycho community, I don't know what the fuck, but like, they will always do damage control or start brigading other people to, you know, to try to switch the narrative or try to convince the public, or pretty much everybody who doesn't know Hasan or doesn't even want to know Hasan, like, oh my god, no, like, these people are just making shit up, like, Hasan didn't say this, Hasan didn't say that, like, it was just the way to do some smear campaign against Hasan. Man, like, they will go tooth and nail and keep slurping on that huge schlong. Holy frick, like, oh my god, man, like, they just want to, you know, like, they just want to please their master, to do his bidding.
And what did Hasan do next after that? Oh, he paid the mainstream media to write another puff piece about him.
Classic.
Titled, "Why is everyone scared of Hasan Piker?" Well, nobody's scared of Hasan Piker except his dog Kaya.
No.
But again, let's get some context before we get into the new stuff here. So, we talked about this in my previous video about Hasan. He has had a very close relationship with the Democrat candidate for the Michigan Senate position, Abdul El-Sayed. And of course, he's a fake champagne socialist who also has supported terrorist groups like the Muslim Brotherhood. So him and Hasan are two peas in a pod. But of course, because of Hasan's very lightning rod nature, anybody associated with him is pressed to denounce him. And this candidate has completely dodged any direct denouncement of Hasan. And even other Democrat leaders like John Fetterman. He has stated that if he was a Republican, he would take out $20 million of ads just to show this campaigning with Hasan Piker, because it's that bad of a connection. But don't worry, Mr. Piker has a response to everything going on. His first real attempt was to say, "Judge me by my enemies," pointing out anyone who is denouncing El-Sayed for this connection to Hasan Piker. And of course, when he says, "Judge me by my enemies," we know who he's talking about, right, ladies and gentlemen? But on top of that, you don't have to judge him by his enemies. You can judge Hasan by his own words. Here's just a small snapshot of his direct quotes. These are not in any way paraphrased. These are his direct quotes, which I think is very funny.
Well, you know what? Let's just go to the top 5 most controversial statements that Hasan Piker just says. Yeah, like this is the most iconic one. Like, America deserves 9/11. Holy fuck, that's pretty bad. Yeah, blank those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the streets. Let the streets. Oh shit. If you care about yeah, like this comment right here is, you know, like, it's one of those green flags that Hasan does. Like if he points this like to someone that he doesn't like, or might be, you know, like, on his eyes it's problematic, like, he will just point out and say the person's name and let his quote-unquote community to do the work, if you know what I mean. Like, it's freaking crazy out there, man, especially with his community. It's crazy that one of them that actually, you know, like, did the work. Thank God it didn't happen, but there was an attempt. Holy shit. Mao Zedong is one of the great leaders of this world. I will never criticize. Oh my god, man. Absolute glizzy. Absolute glizzy juggling. Holy. Alright, let's continue.
Bring these up because number 3, talking about if you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would off Rick Scott. Now, of course, that is a direct quote. And to make the record very clear, this is it. We'll play it really quick so there is no confusion here.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
There you go.
Okay, proof. So there is no question that's exactly what he said. Now, Hasan on August 7th was saying that prominent MAGA people are trying to actively put a hit out against him. You know, coming from the guy who's constantly making calls for political violence. And in the case of Rick Scott, a very direct one. But now Hasan is trying to gaslight his own audience and completely change his words to make it seem like he wasn't making a call to violence.
Now, of course, will liberal media turn around and make a big deal out of Laura Loomer, who's in and out of the White House, actively trying to hire a hitman against a prominent critic of Israel, a prominent leftist? No, of course not. Why are you being hysterical about the Loomer thing? It's not that much different than the Rick Scott bit. I think you have a very different understanding of how language is used in this circumstance. Me saying if Republicans were serious about, if the Republican Party, including Mike Johnson, were serious about Medicare fraud, they would punish Rick Scott. Okay?
Here we go.
Using like that, the underlying sentiment behind that is punishing Rick Scott. It's a conversation about the Republican hypocrisy and how much they lie.
He really is the real-life Brian Griffin. Guys, you don't understand his political wits. When he says stuff like that, it's very nuanced. And even if you hear certain words like the one with a K that YouTube doesn't really like, you're mishearing it because your intelligence is too low to understand the point that Hasan was trying to make. But of course, there was a resurfaced clip. I'm not even going to play it because it's just disgusting. You can see the actual direct quotes from him talking about immigrants coming into the country, and he wants them to do so they can F your sisters and daughters and then destroy the white race. Now, of course...
Yo. Like, You know what I really hate? That you know what I really hate, especially for uh especially for like you got like people get to live in America, or get to live somewhere where like they have like the freedoms, where they have like the opportunities to make something for themselves, whether good or bad. There's always a lot of possibilities and opportunities in America, and you got one of these people that absolutely like they absolutely like taking things too far, and like abuse a lot of shit like just for their own personal and political gain. Like, holy shit, man. Like, I guess like he just out here saying the most stupidest shit ever and tries to ruin it for everybody. That, oh no, like if like here's the thing, like if any other like like if any other legal immigrants that absolutely follows follows the law, follows the due process of coming into America like legally, not like jumping over fence or just doing some crazy shit just to get inside of a freaking island or a freaking continent. Like, they'll just do it the right way, and then you got one of these people are just, bro, like sometimes like people are just crazy, man. Like, I get it that like the sentiment of the US, like probably like 50-50, probably like 60-40 the ratio of US citizens, which is likes immigrants, doesn't like immigrants, whether legal or illegal, because you got one of these people would ruins the name of everybody, especially for for want to go in and be a part of the American society.
Of course, Hasan thinks this is just a joke, but people are not laughing because it seems like this is the sort of rhetoric he's been spreading for many years. But in response to that and many other controversies he's facing right now, he rallied the troops. He called upon all of his unemployed followers to go out there and push back on the negative propaganda surrounding him in the mainstream media and amongst liberals as well. Totally pathetic.
Also like him asking his fans to change the narrative is the same thing when he joins the he was part of an episode of Trash Taste, right, where a lot of people were didn't like Hasan to be a part of Trash Taste, and especially where the Trash Taste community pretty much hate Hasan, talk shit about him until Hasan tell his community or tell his viewers to start brigading and change the narrative of of the viewers who commented on that specific Trash Taste episode. Like they will do anything just to keep the image of Hasan in the positive light, but overall it just makes things worse, where he's trying for control of the narrative, especially for other communities, other content and stuff like that. Like, he will try to change or keep the keep his side, like he wants it to be more like, oh my god, like we are so friendly, like we are so fair and whatnot, but in reality it's just not. Like, it's just it's just evil.
The only thing we have on our side is a people-powered movement. Institutions, at least for the time being, will not defend us. That's the unfortunate reality. Institutions will not defend us. Prominent liberal Democrats in opposition to the Trump administration will not defend us. Federal law enforcement won't defend us. Only we can defend us. So it's important for us in this community to push back to the best of our ability. It's important for us to reach out to liberals, right? Who might fall victim to this kind of propaganda, especially because the liberal media outlets are also leaning into it. I have unfortunately made an enemy, not just of the Republican Party, but also of a lot of very powerful people in the Democratic Party as well, and certainly their corporate benefactors, the executives, the big donors that donate to both of these parties. And I welcome their hatred, but I can't go at it alone.
Here we go.
So at some point, we do have to harden our defenses.
This is the average Hasan viewer being activated while watching that stream. They are taking to Twitter and other spaces to...
Here we go. This is the, like this is the way how would, would Hasan say, like, oh my god, like, it's us against the world. We need to start this revolution. Like, they hate us. Like, both sides hate us. We will stand our ground. 10 toes down on beneath. 10 toes down. Yeah, like, at this point, man, like they will never stop. He will never stop. He will just do the same old point fingers, say the names, and let his sicko community take care of it. Like, holy shit, man.
Fight back against the propaganda. The direct quotes from Hasan himself that he has routinely spewed for years and years. Now, he called upon them to fight the mainstream media's narrative about him. So what would Hasan Piker do next? Oh, he would pay the mainstream media to make another puff piece about him. This one is from Rolling Stone, titled, "Why is Everyone Scared of Hasan Piker?" Now, of course, nobody except for Kaya is afraid of this guy. I mean, watch the lethality of this man's fighting technique right here. I think everyone is really just shaking at the knees, afraid of this guy. But remember, Rolling Stone is the same publishing department that produced this, literally glorifying a terrorist. So I guess, again, peas in a pod when they're making a puff piece about Hasan Piker. Now, they had the nerve to post about this on social media, and they're getting absolutely destroyed, and rightfully so. And here's some of the responses. LOL, right-wingers are scared of Hasan Piker. Literally all of my mutuals. And that is that infamous Sam Hyde quote. And don't show this to Hasan. He might get very nervous. The guy who always wants to punch the Nazis has been challenged by a guy he called a Nazi to a fight. And he immediately ran away and said he doesn't want to platform someone like that. But with the Rolling Stone article, all you gotta do is play the classic. The 20-minute compilation of Hasan violating Twitch's TOS, many of which contain threats against sitting US officials, enemies, what have you. And we're not even getting into the terrorist glazing.
I remember this.
Comments about R-wording, especially when it comes to October 7th. Just heinous stuff. But this article has so many gems in it, unintentionally of course, where Hasan Piker's mom, who by the way is a landlord. Remember the clip about Hasan wanting the streets to run red with the blood of capitalists and landlords and stuff like that? Yeah, a little weird. There must be a complex there, I guess. But she said this: "I'm not in love with China like he is. Yeah, not even his own mother can support the disgusting bootlicking of that communist regime." That is a critical hit, ladies and gentlemen. But the other thing to come out of this article is the photos. I mean, he is absolutely stunning, as they say. Hasan Piker stuns for Rolling Stone. The jokes just write themselves. Hasan Piker stuns his helpless dog. But we're not done. We have this shot from his $3 million mansion in LA where he is...
Kaya, no.
Like, what is this supposed to even be? It just looks absolutely goofy. But people are...
Yo, for a champagne socialist, this is one of the most smallest pools that I ever seen. Surely for a multi-millionaire, surely he has like a big pool. But holy shit, what is this? The fuck?
Are defending this. When people say
This pool is
the
tiny.
loudest socialists always seem to be living the most comfortable capitalist lives ever. This person says, this pool is tiny. Well, first of all,
Damn, okay.
it's so his head can look normal sized, this user says. But it reminds me of the South Park bit. Remember when they were shaming people for downloading music illegally and they're like,
oh no.
Oh, well, look at all these celebrities. They have to downsize their private jets now because of people like you. That's exactly what's happening here. But in a classic move, Hasan Piker decided to start begging people for Twitch Prime subscriptions. He is struggling, ladies and gentlemen. He needs all the help he can get. And also keep in mind, I know it's like...
Yo, I'm out of subs. I'm out of content. So it's time to react to some LSF. Oh, oh my god. No, like this is an absolute classic. Like especially for like back then the in the poggers community. Back probably around like 2017, 2016 type, like in that range, where you got streamers that would beg for Twitch Prime subs just for, you know, like just for like no content. Oh my god, like he's back at it again. I feel old for this.
Everything has a second layer to it. Twitch is on the boycott list for those same boycotts all of his sycophants, all of his orbiters and his fans have all supported because they believe it's funding Israel. And he just continues to stream on Twitch and beg for Twitch Prime subs. Just something I wanted to mention. But in defense of everything going on with this article, Hasan did the meme. He said, "I'm white." Yeah, so anybody pointing out his quote about destroying the white race, he's not guilty because he's white. Now, I had a hard time finding the original compilation of him flip-flopping like a racial chameleon, constantly changing from white to brown, Turkish, whatever he would use for his verbiage. But I did find this old clip
Mr. Cow.
of XQC reacting to the post while it was still alive. So, let's give it a listen.
No, this isn't. White? I am white. I am Muslim, and I'm living in the West. You really hate white people, Jesus? Dude, I am white. I am white. I'm white. Because I am Muslim, I'm Turkish. I am a tall, white, heterosexual male, which puts me in a no marginalized category. Sometimes you can't be talking like that, white baby. See, this is what I mean. First of all, suck my fucking cock, okay? I'm a goddamn Muslim American who gets fucking called a terrorist every fucking day. So which one is he? There's never been a moment where I've said I'm brown. I've always said I'm white. I realize at a certain point that it's because I'm brown. It's usually incredibly racist people who switch between whether I'm white or whether I'm brown. That's out of context? No, it's not. It absolutely is not, dude.
Incredible stuff. Yep, he's just changing over the years. He can't really seem to find out the narrative, but this is just, well, it's another day. Yeah, it's just an average Monday waking up to see Hasan Piker being a hypocrite on like 50 different levels, and it doesn't matter to his sycophants. In fact, it doesn't even matter to the mainstream media, or at least some of the outlets that are propping this guy up. If there's anything to be scared of when it comes to Hasan, it's the fact that the mainstream media is white knighting this guy. That they're picking someone as radical as him to be their poster child. That's something to be scared of. That is a more general fear. That's where the mainstream media and so many outlets are going, that they're propping up this guy of all people. But that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider liking the video.
I like this.
Consider subscribing and turning on notifications. for daily uploads as well as multiple streams every week live here on YouTube. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.
Yo, like great video from Rev. And holy shit, man. Like even like the mainstream media. Because like here's the thing. Where the mainstream media would put Hasan in the limelight, they put Hasan as a white knight, or pretty much like the poster boy of, you know, like socialism or something like that. You know, it's gonna be bad, you know, because you know why? Like he'll turn himself into an example, or the mainstream media's example that could bring like the worst of the worst people, like probably anywhere, or mostly in America, would, you know, like do the same thing, or probably even like doing even worse. Like they have like the worst intentions, the worst takes, or even like even worse than Hasan. And then when you have like Hasan being a poster boy, or being a like the face of socialism in America, like it will be like the green light for everybody, you know, like to be, you know, like to come out and, you know, be, I don't know, be a part of Hasan or be part of their own. But it will be like the same thing, like another copy of Hasan out there. So it's gonna be pretty bad. And you know, holy shit, man, there will be a day where, you know, like I don't know, probably not this timeline, or if this timeline exists where Hasan is permabanned on Twitch, or probably, you know, like just quit streaming, they quit streaming indefinitely and just do other things in life that he might enjoy. Like bro's 35 years old. Like there's something that you can do besides, you know, just like saying some stupid shit on the internet that might cause you trouble. Like you have caused a lot of trouble to a point where your reputation has been tanking so far down that even like people that you reppin', like people that you support, now even like doesn't want to be associated with you, and always gotta you know, like say the important lines just to not associate with you ever. Like it's on you, Hasan. Like you pretty much made your bed and you have to sleep in it, because like the way you messaging, like over the years of your streaming career, it's just been really bad. Not even bad, like even worse, where you wish to, you know, you wish for a genocide run for every people, or for probably like the white for white people to run the streets red, I guess. Like that is one of the most psychotic take ever. Like holy shit. And now you have to pay like they pay a magazine just to write a puff piece on you. Holy shit. Like hopefully like eventually Hasan would learn, like whatever he's trying to say or like what he do will always gonna be bad, and at that point like he needs to step off, because like he's just doing a bad part of society. Yikes.